What's up, everyone? RJ from Game News USA here today, and I'm back at you with a few more news stories. We got 3 of them today. First, we're going to talk about Bungie firing 220 employees. Second, we're going to talk about Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games being canceled. Third, we're going to talk about why the PlayStation 5 Pro is completely unnecessary. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching the video. Please remember to subscribe if you can. And we're going to jump right into it with this first news story, which absolutely infuriates me. Bungie is firing 220 employees. Why? Why do these employees have to be on the chopping block? You're in the middle of making Marathon. You still have Destiny 2 going on. PlayStation's relying on Bungie to help with their live service games, and they're just going to not find other roles for these 220. They're just going to fire them. And it came out the CEO is getting like an expensive car that's like $2.4 million. Like, what is wrong with this world? Like, honestly, what is wrong with this world? Because why is it every time a company needs to shave money, the first thing they do is they put their own employees on the chopping block, especially in the games industry? I am so sick and tired of covering stories of this company fired this many people, this company fired that many people. Stop it. Knock it the fuck off. Okay? Find better measures to take, because the industry is actually shrinking. Games are taking longer to develop because companies are being cheap and stiff with their money, instead of actually risk-taking, taking chances like previous console generations. All they want to do is find a way to make their next Fortnite, find a way to make their next Minecraft or their next Grand Theft Auto, instead of being the first of something, instead of being something new, something fresh. They don't want to take any chances. They don't want to innovate in any way. They just want to find any way they can to nickel and dime you, the customer. While at the same time, if they don't think their profit margins are high enough for the bonuses for the CEO, they're going to fire hundreds of people. And I would say boycott's the answer, except it's not, because if we boycott Bungie, they're just going to fire more people. You can't ever get the people held responsible to be held responsible for these petty actions. I'm fired up, but we need to move on to the next news story. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games is canceled. Many of you are most likely disappointed. I think they could have eked out one more for this year. Paris Olympics on the Switch would have sold so many copies because the Switch is such a large install base. Look, this series was successful from a financial standpoint. But guys, I'll be the first to admit, this series sucks. This series was bad. When you get past the initial offering of like the Beijing one, where it's Mario and Sonic in a game for the first time, you get past that initial shock. It was game after game after game that scored anywhere from the mid-50s in Metacritic to the low 70s. None of these games ever were truly that special. Oftentimes they came with issues, technical bugs, they weren't as polished enough. Probably because it was Sega developing it, not Nintendo. But they were starting to pump this game out, not just for the Summer Olympics every 4 years. They started pumping it out for the winter ones too. Maybe we should have seen this coming, because I haven't noticed this series being announced or talked about or anything for a while, and I just kind of realized and woke up to the news, they're done. And they're not done because of anything Sega or Nintendo's doing. They're done because the Olympic Committee wants to make money off of NFTs. That's right. Instead of giving you a game, they want to sit there and sell you bullshit NFTs, which is actually worse than the game franchise Mario and Sonic Olympic Games. I'd rather have the games. Maybe I wouldn't play them. Maybe they would review bad. I don't care. NFTs are one of the most useless things in our society. And I will debate anybody on that. So, that is a sad day for Mario and Sonic. Hopefully they come up with a more creative idea. Like, I don't know, a platforming game with both of them? I mean, we only saw like 6 Mario and Sonic Olympic games with like mini games and whatnot. How about an actual platforming game between Sonic and Mario? I mean, these companies don't think of these things. That would be nice. And finally, the last news story. I'm going to just talk, this is an opinion piece more than anything. The PS5 Pro, it's rumored that it could be announced at Tokyo Game Show. It could come out this fall. On the Nate the Hate podcast, Modern Vintage Gamer suggested it could come out in 2025. And both him and some other co-hosts on the show were saying, I don't care what it costs. I don't care if it's $600. I'll buy it just so the graphics are a little better. Meanwhile, Nate had the actual take that made sense, which was, I don't see the need to upgrade. That is the correct take. And that's what I was going to say is, a PS5 Pro is absolutely and totally unnecessary. And I'll tell you guys why. For one thing, what is your competition doing? Well, Nintendo's getting ready to come out with the next-gen Switch, or next-gen system, which is going to not be more powerful than the PS5. Okay. The Xbox is not interested in a mid-gen refresh. Why would they be? Then why is PlayStation going through all the trouble of a mid-gen refresh? Why? It costs money. It'll make it more expensive. It always confuses the customer. And I'm not sure what benefit they're getting from releasing a new system. The current PS5 is selling well. They need more software and exclusive games. And that should be the absolute and total focus of PlayStation right now. They aren't worried about that. They want to sell you more hardware. They sold you a BS PSVR 2 headset, which is terrible, awful, and flopped in the marketplace, and they don't support it with software. They sell you a little dumb little PlayStation Portal system that needs to be connected through Wi-Fi to be able to play the games remotely. That is a crap system, and it's niche. So, to me, the PlayStation 5 Pro is the same way. Why are we doing this? It's totally different than the 8th gen. In the 8th gen, you had Microsoft also making a mid-gen refresh, probably being the ones actually pushing that, because they were behind in that generation, and PlayStation also making a mid-gen refresh at the same time. So your direct competition and you are both doing mid-gen refreshes in a rather lengthy console generation. Guys, I'm hearing reports that Microsoft's just coming out with a brand new console in 2026. And let me tell you, if that's true, then the PS5 Pro won't keep up with that. And if the PS5 Pro is coming out late this year or early next year, when should we expect the PS6? Because it sounds like the PS6 is expected in 2028. Are you telling me they're going to be okay with Xbox coming out with a new console in 2026 and they not respond until 2028? The PS5 Pro isn't going to cut that. And look, when it comes to third-party games, they're going to be looking to get it on all these systems, Switch 2 included, because they're looking to make money, and exclusivity deals are going the way of the dodo. So, PlayStation's been relying on these exclusivity deals, But the truth of the matter is, they're going away. Square Enix is not interested in it anymore. Other companies aren't interested in exclusivity deals. They want to be on as many things as they can be so they can make money. And so PlayStation needs to start pumping out these first-party games that people are excited for, like Wolverine, and what all these studios are working on, they haven't announced. Instead of focusing on hardware. It's a terrible choice on their part. They should come out and say there is no PS5 Pro. And they need to start announcing some games. Let's get some games. Guys, that's it for the news stories this week. Thank you all for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Peace. Have a good one. I'm out.